Oops.
I really want to go to the Grand Canyon. When people are like, you're going there, you really should extend.
And you know what? If you're going to the Grand Canyon, you only need a day, unless you're climbing down inside it. If you're not going down inside, you can see the Grand Canyon in a day.
Yeah.
We were just there. No, you don't.
If you're just gonna go look at it.
No, you do not need more than a day. We cut our trip short there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome, and you can walk along and take the bus ride and everything, but you do not need more than a day. Unless in town, there's a really cool video that you can watch, but I mean.
It's over here now.
Can you hear us, Jenny?
It's right here.
Yep.
Oh, good. Here's Jenny. She's going to do our training at 10 o'clock. Jenny, can you text your stats for us, please, so we can put you on the stat list?
Give me a sec.
So while we're waiting, so that we can put you in with recognition.
Just ask my students. I was really involved on your question my pen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I need to get a Lysol white flip?
They did this kit where they took all of my extra markers on the board that they're not allowed to touch.
Right.
As a April Fool's. They took them all and put theirs up there. So when I went to grab one and started using it, it wasn't working. Because they like the
Yeah.
I just turned around and dropped it and said, "You touched my markers." And they all went like, because I was pregnant too. And I was like, I don't want to touch your jars. They never did that again.
That reminded me, because my husband and I co-teach PSR Center School, and our markers keep disappearing. So every week after class, I hide them, and I forgot to hide them.
Oh no. They're going to be used.
And they're gone.
Yeah, they're just used.
Yeah.
I bought the students' markers. They had nice markers. I just didn't take care of them.
Can you see everything, Jenny? Do we need to move more flowers?
No, I think you're okay. I'm still looking at small.
She's looking at the lights.
Andrew, do you want to put those behind you?
We saw them. They're beautiful.
You saw them. They're always
They
out.
smell pretty.
Thanks. I thought I'd do painful a little
How are you feeling, Sally?
Huh?
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, thank you. I think I'm 100% back. I'm not exhausted anymore.
Good.
No headaches, no nothing.
Good.
It's
Cured.
to the ceiling.
There you go. That's better.
Did you get the email I sent you?
I did. Yes.
Is that all right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay.
I mean, it's just a note taker.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and go around and do some introductions, because we have, Candy's not new, but she has Angie with her who is. So Candy, do you want to start a little bit about, so people get confused? Because I don't know that everybody, Cheryl, do you know Candy?
Yeah, we rode from Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
6 hours.
6 hours ago, they know each other well.
I took her home.
So if you want to, tell a little bit about yourself, that'd be great. And something that's going well for you in your business right now. So I think that would be a good thing.
Myself. Talk about myself. Not
Yourself. Angie, can you talk for yourself?
I was gonna say, do I have to talk about me?
Where's Candy at? I don't see Candy. Oh, hi, Candy.
Hey.
Hi.
All right. Here we go. Well, I'm Candy. And exciting things are happening because I'm only working 2 days a week now and not any other extra jobs. So I'm so excited that I'm going to focus. Got a big hairy goal to be hag. Hairy goal, yeah. To expect some things.
What? The big hag.
Yeah, BHAG. That's what we call it at church. Our preacher talks about BHAGs.
Mhm.
So we
Big hairy audacious.
yeah. So that's about it.
And Candy, when she says she's only working 2 days a week, she means as a dental hygienist.
Yeah.
She's working more at other stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm really excited because Candy, you just sort of like come back. And
CPO.
yeah, sometimes, how many years have you been with Pampered Chef?
26.
26 years. So, there's a lot of ebbs and flows and babies and weddings and
Yeah, and that's why I told Angel on the way up, I have no excuse now.
Mhm.
Like, nobody needs me really. Other than Kevin, he's pretty needy. But,
he always has been.
I know, that's exactly right. So.
He likes to know where Candy is all the time.
I don't like that.
My affair with Sam.
You'll hear about her affair with Sam Walton. You ever heard that story, Angie?
No.
Oh, no, it's a good one. So anyhow, we're glad to have you
Oh,
here.
thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, Angie, do you want to go next?
My name is Angie. This is actually the second time I've been a Pampered Chef consultant. First time was in Virginia Beach about 5 or 6 years ago. I don't know. And kind of got away from it. My husband works the railroad, and we've been moving every 2 years for the last 10. And we're finally back in Soda County where we both grew up. I'm usually a practice manager. I manage physicians' offices. But when we came back to Southern Ohio, I wasn't able to find a job. And I thought, you know what? I was kind of stressed. I was very sick. So for the first time, I'm not putting in 60 plus hours a week at a doctor's office, babysitting doctors. And so I thought, well, I really enjoyed the Pampered Chef when I did it in Virginia Beach. So I thought I'd give it another try. So I looked Candy up on the internet. And I was like, hey, I'm joining. And she's like, okay. So, yeah.
And she's been to Nancy Francis's house. She just told me that.
Yeah, she was my upline in Virginia Beach.
Oh, good.
The director that recruited me down there quit. She moved to Australia, and so she had to let her directorship and everything go. And she's moved on to a different business now. So, yeah. So I looked up somebody local, and I decided to sign back up. And
She still gets a lot from the
Lucky
Virginia
Candy.
people. I am lucky. I am the lucky one. But she still gets a lot from her Virginia Beach
Mhm.
friends too.
Which is good because there's different cross information. I would say sometimes we're sort of like inbred in our because it's all we get is each other, and so you really need to spread things out. Which we're grateful Cheryl's hospitality, so we get good information from her too.
and she's virtual.
Yeah, and you're totally virtual right now, right, Angie?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have? Yeah, I know you have a husband. Do you have kids? Anything?
Yes, I have 3 girls. The oldest is actually an RN up here at Children's Hospital. The youngest is in Circleville. She's got our grandson Wyatt. And the middle one is, last we heard, Cleveland. She's in a roaming phase, and and she has our granddaughter who is almost 4 now. So
There you go. So they're all different.
that they are.
And what's going well for you in your business?
Well, this month I achieved level 3, and I really only
Awesome.
So I told Candy, I've been half doing it, and I thought, well, if I can do that with half doing it, then maybe I should, try or something. But so that's what I'm working on, is being more consistent. So.
Well, awesome. And Cheryl's totally virtual too, and are in Hawaii, right? So it's definitely a thing to do. So Cheryl, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Cheryl. I've been with Pampered Chef 6 years. Trying to think where I did virtual. I do have a cooking show for next month.
Nice.
And one for May.
Nice.
Yes. Something that I think is going well is I like that the beginning of the new year and starting fresh and getting systems in place, and I feel like the beginning of the year is looking good, kind of thing. So I'm working with my team on setting their goals for the year too. But Disney is a big deal for a lot of people.
Are you going to Hawaii?
Yeah. It'd be a very short trip, but yes.
Yeah.
Right, good to go.
Yeah.
You get to go and you'll love every minute of it.
Exhausted when I go I was looking at how long it is, 10 to 12 hours. I'm like, holy cow.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And I was looking at the dates too, and I wasn't thinking. And it was like, we're going to leave this day and come back the day after that. I'm like, wait, what? Like, are we going to stay like overnight somewhere? And no, they just had it so that we'll get back. We'll be traveling at night.
Right.
So you
Hopefully you'll
on the
sleep.
plane.
And that's usually how it is because it's better because you have more time.
Yes. Well, that's what I asked for, and I think I did it soon enough that they got me in on the better flights. So
Good.
Is Charlie in a truck? I've heard.
He can park on the street. That's
Oh.
fine.
He's fine.
He is fine. You know, he had to meet a plumber down at one of the
Oh,
There's
just
always
saying,
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. especially it's
He needs to be careful in the ice out there with his knee.
Oh, he's fine.
He's fine now.
He's absolutely fine.
Okay,
He had
well,
his knee replaced.
If you're
in
not
June.
worried about him, I won't.
I
so.
can't worry about it. Our kids were there last night because we have rental houses. You should be hiring somebody to do this. Charlie said, I'm not paying anybody to mow lawns this year. I can mow lawns myself. It's only 4 plus this house. And they're like, yes, he needs to get out there and exercise. And lawn mowing and do that. And they're like, well, no up on ladders. And I'm like, hold your breath. Don't even worry about it. He'll hire somebody when he feels like it. Don't worry about him. So, and Angie, have you seen the new products yet? Has Candy let you see them?
I saw a couple that were on her counter.
Okay, we're going to unload the boxes, so
unload
you're going to get a sneak
Okay,
peek
awesome.
before next week. So, I mean, what the heck? You're not going to go out there telling everybody.
I know, that's what I told her. You're probably going to see him today. So.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
I
You know, that's one of the perks there.
Well, the funny thing is I have to keep shushing my husband.
Oh,
I
like,
told my
really?
husband.
Yeah, I was opening. Kevin's like, "You gonna go live?" I'm like, "No, it's a secret."
Secret. I mean, it's traditionally taking some pictures where all you can see is PC logos of big boxes, but
Daryl's like, Watson, where are you gonna put that?
Oh, I know.
I
I know.
The same way. It's like, what you get rid of?
he's like, you gotta purge now. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Somewhere.
I didn't do it last season. I gotta do it this season.
my husband's like, something's up to do it. Did you forget it? I'm like, I know exactly what it is. He's like, but go get it. I know what it is. I don't want to get it.
because I don't know where I'm going to put it.
And I go and he's like, oh. And I keep bringing him in. He's like, where are we going to put it? And I just cleaned out all my stock last year. And I still have like 5 boxes.
Of course you do.
So we'll see. I don't know.
Well, I had 10 boxes here yesterday morning because I had Amazon stuff for the director retreat. I had an order from the DSW. I had an order from Kohl's. I had 3 of those boxes, and they're like, I gotta get. It's in my middle bedroom upstairs now. It looks like a warehouse, but
Yeah, I had to show a box come along with those too. I
Fun.
showed to my house come with those. Like
Well, then
4
free
boxes.
for all.
and then free for all time.
Nothing.
Way.
Nothing.
Oh,
No
yeah.
idea.
Where am I going to put that? I pulled out one item from that box and I was really confused.
So my husband tracks everything that comes to our house. And on the FedEx app, it said that 2 of them actually were requiring signature from Pampered Chef.
And I was like, they don't
I'm
require.
like, we never do that. I'm like, that's your business, honey, because he does Charlie Vineyards, and those you always have to sign for. I'm like, that's yours, not mine. And I don't know why, but it was all shipping from Madison. I'm like, but we didn't sign for anything. It's
Yeah.
good. I had no idea.
So Laura, tell us about yourself. Well, yours is it's a new year, new goals. Okay.
I'm Laura Fry. What was I supposed to share?
Just tell a little bit about yourself.
So Angie. Oh, so Angie gets to know me. Okay. I'm a mother of 2 beautiful daughters. The second
Jenny's
one.
zoning out. She's heard all this before.
Yeah, Jenny's like, go take a nap, Jenny.
Hey, I go to the Caribbean this weekend, so my head is already halfway there.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Diapers in my house. I'm super excited
Yay!
about this.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I've been married for 7 years now. But I've been Pampered Chef for 5, and I joined so I could become a stay-at-home mom. And that happened about 2 years ago, 3 years ago now. So it's pretty exciting. What else?
What's going
I also
on?
earned the all levels of the spring free for all this month. We have all the products again, and my husband tried. He's like, "What are you gonna do with all that?"
They're going to be host incentives.
Don't
for
worry,
me.
host
Incentives.
I'm getting rid
incentives.
of
Yeah.
incentives.
Is there anything this time that was in the free for all but not their
No, they said
director?
you're going to get double this year.
I haven't looked at the free for all.
And I don't want to.
We don't know the free for all yet.
It's
Yeah,
on there.
everything's out
It's
there.
on the
It's
business
just
plan.
the meeting plans.
Oh, I didn't see it in the meeting.
I shouldn't say it that way.
PowerPoint.
It's all Facebook group says it's on the meeting plan.
Okay, I didn't look through
I've
the
been
whole
on
planner.
Did we earn everything? Did we get everything in our director boxes? We did.
Yeah.
Mine are still stacked right there.
There are a lot, mine are too, Jenny, but the catalog was really exciting to look at, and the new little.
The catalog is beautiful.
I'm excited to look at.
Yes, I love it.
I want to try that banana fruit
The top two.
banana fruit cake.
Oh, well, we got.
Yeah, that was really good.
I
Did you make me
recipe.
recipe?
I was kind of driving when I was looking at mine, so
And
I
what's
didn't
on the
actually.
And
I
they
missed
misprinted it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get to look at the season.
Yeah,
I-
I still don't think it really matters.
The host thing is the.
Daryl was like, wow. He's like, that's a
Is it right?
This is incorrect, but I think this is original price is
Um,
What the host- yeah.
So your host is gonna feel really
They're gonna
awesome,
feel
and they're
really
gonna all be
special.
picking that
It
one.
looks delicious.
It looks delicious.
Oh my.
I've
So,
seen that. Yeah, I didn't get to
yeah, the
look at
season's best looks really good too. So I'm Sally, and I've been with Pampered Chef for 28 years, and I've been through, like I said, I haven't had any babies while I've been with Pampered Chef, but weddings and graduations and college and grandkids and all that kind of stuff. So it's been a whole run through. Empty nesters, kids move back with kids, you know, the whole crazy stuff that goes on. But it's all been fun, and Pampered Chef has allowed us to do tons and tons of stuff. And I will say that good things that's going on in my business is that, I told everyone my secret goal, even my daughter, but she's not allowed to tell the grandkids. I have a little Disney pin on for a reason, so this means I have to really hustle my bustle this year. 'Cause I haven't even earned a lower trip for about 4 years, so I haven't done a whole lot since Jada was born, so I am just like ready to go back and do it. And I didn't miss the other trip by last year's low trip by much. So anyhow, I had a little setback this month, but I'm ready to move forward. So you get those. Jenny's going to talk about that. But that's the exciting thing, is that I'm excited to actually earn the trip this year. So that's a big deal for me to even verbalize it.
Have you picked who's coming with you?
Oh, yeah. Leah and one of the boys, and we'll buy in one of the other little ones. And Charlie, of course, Jen, fortunately, Jen said, my kid, Jed is just too little, and we'll take Jada a different time. So when Jed gets bigger, we'll take the kids. So I said, that's good. She just made the decision for me. Thank goodness I didn't have to feel guilty, because buying in all those people is not fun. I'm not taking Leah's anybody else with Leah. No ex-husband. No boyfriends. Even though the ex-husband's here all the time, he's not going to Disney with us.
It's not Disney. It's not Disney.
No.
Well, draw a line somewhere.
You got to stop with what you're spending money on.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyhow.
I'm Holly, and I've been with Pampered Chef 8 years. Married 16. We have an 8-year-old little boy. I homeschool. What's going really well? My virtual schedule is booked through March.
Nice.
I do half and half. And I've kind of turned a corner in recruiting this month and trying to be more bold, and it's paying off a little bit. So it's been good.
Good. So what does virtually full look like?
6 a month.
6 months.
Yeah.
So I'm Andrea.
Awesome.
Pampered Chef 15 years next month. I have a husband and 4 kids total, only one at home still. He's 12. And I kept Disney a secret from him until right before the December team meeting. Because I couldn't, when the team meeting was at my house, I can't keep it a secret any longer. So he went ecstatic. He's like, trip for 4. 1, 2. I'm like, yeah, she'll be able to take a friend, but do not ask anybody else.
It's a year and a half away.
Hold off on that one.
You might have different friends. Like,
Right, exactly. I'm like, you're in 7th grade. The friends
It's
are
a girl.
teenage.
Like, I'm used to girls.
I'm not even-
be that way. Girls.
No, my fear is he wants to take a girl, but that's not. So yeah, that's the big hairy goal for me, because I have never earned a trip in 15 years. I do this on top of a full-time job and never. I tried really hard the last time Disney until about mid-February, and then I gave up. So the last time we had Disney as an option. So what's going well in my business is just that I'm chugging along. My team is struggling a little bit, I won't lie. It's making me a little nervous. But I have added a couple February bookings in the last week.
Oh, good.
Since we talked.
Since we talked.
So yeah.
Nice.
So just determined to keep it because I want to wear that damn red dress. Pardon my language.
None of us have ever said
Did she just promote it to director
I did.
in December?
Yeah,
She did.
November.
having a little struggle with the
Yeah.
everything, but you're going to do fine.
Yeah, well, I think, like looking at it, I have a lot of team members that are me, which is only in as much that I was a hobbyist for a long time and they kind of are too. So I think I need to build up the team and get some people that are really want to do it full time and stuff like that. And
I just had this conversation with my director.
Uh-oh.
I need people who actually want to do this.
Right. I have one who really wants to do that, but keeps swearing she can't get bookings, and I'm confused by that. But conversation for another time. Yeah. So that's me.
But once Andrea decided she wanted to become a director, she kicked into it
I
and
did.
what she needed to do. And it was just
Yeah.
having a goal for herself and having focus on what she wanted to do. So I know she's going to keep it up.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen.
Oh, Candy already shared. Jenny.
did.
Oh,
All about yourself.
I can't see Candy again, so I forgot that she was.
That's her.
I'm Jenny. I have been with Pampered Chef 6 years. I just had my 6th year. No, I haven't yet. Is it tomorrow? Is it today? Tomorrow.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
It's either today or tomorrow. So, 6 years. I've been married for.
You got your flowers.
They're beautiful. I have 2 kids, one who graduated from college. I keep saying last year, now it's 2 years ago, I think, that lives in Cincinnati full-time now, and one that is in his freshman year of college. So we're just starting this empty nester phase. Not completely there since Bryce still comes home, but it's kind of nice. And we're hoping to, not hoping, we are going to move to Cincinnati this year. We had our house up for sale the end of last year, and we just got it up too late. We took it back down in November. So we're going to put it back up towards the end of next month and hopefully get it sold quick so we can get down there. My husband works down there, has for like 7 years. So it's quite a drive for him. We just been waiting for the youngest to graduate. And I wasn't even I was trying to think what's going on and exciting in my business right now, besides like what Cheryl said, getting some systems into place, getting organized. But one of the things is I've been really trying to pre-book down in the Cincinnati area because that's kind of scary for me to move my business. And I wasn't even thinking of this when you guys were all going around until I said Cincinnati, that one of my shows, I had a show Friday night for a bunch of teachers. It was, teachers are the worst classroom ever. I had to scream over them the whole entire time. I was ready to throat punch a few of them, but I got 4 bookings, so, so that's good. So that worked, but what's that?
It's a good thing you restrained yourself from throat.
Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, I was ready to kill them all, but so anyway, yeah, so that's kind of exciting for me that I'm starting to book some things down there, and I've got a little thing going with my daughter that I'm giving her a 10% finder's fee for any parties she books for me. So
Oh, good idea, Jenny. I'm going to feel that.
yeah, so that's how this first one came about. So yeah, that's me.
Perfect. Well, and you've done what you need to do. Like you've been working Cincinnati, so even though
Yes.
it's back and forth, but you get to see your daughter too.
Right.
So that's always good.
Where
Yep.
are you now?
What's that?
Where are you now?
I'm in West Liberty. I don't know if you know. Where are you from?
I'm from Southern Ohio.
Okay, you know where West Liberty is then?
Well, we lived in Columbus for a while and
Okay.
kind of been all over. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of like everything. Everybody, like, every time I do a party in Columbus or Cincinnati or whatever, they're like, I can't believe you drove this far. I'm like, we do it all the time. To shop, we have to travel. There is not a lot around us. It's either Columbus, Dayton, or Cincinnati. So
Good. Hey, are we recording? Does it say that at the top?
yeah, it says it's recording on my end.
Okay. Alrighty. I think I'm going to do recognition, but then I think when we're through with Jenny's training, we'll turn it off so it stops recording that segment, and then we'll click back in so we can record if we're going to do the rest, so that we can break it into pieces. Because it's hard to watch the whole thing solid through, I'm assuming, because nobody does. Maybe if it's in small pieces, it would be. But I want to do recognition, so I want to say congratulations to all of you. You've all had good things going on. I'm super excited about a new year, and there's just a lot going on, a lot to be happy about with Pampered Chef, and I feel like, you know, we've got some awesome and crazy new products to get our heads wrapped around. There's some things I'm super excited about and stuff I have to figure out how to work, but that's okay. We're going to do that this afternoon. I have a bag of carrots.
Did you watch my video?
No, I did not.
I was laughing.
Did you watch my video?
You were watching a movie and I clicked that and my husband was like, "Why are you laughing?" Because the movie wasn't funny.
Was
at
it the
all.
grater thing?
It was the batter dispenser with brownie
With
batter
brown
and
brownie
sound
batter.
effects. Don't do that show.
Especially if you have a 5-year-old boy.
He didn't hear it, but Daryl.
What did he think?
He just cracked up.
I kept waiting for Lincoln to be giggling in that video or something.
What?
I kept waiting to hear Lincoln giggling or something in that video. It never happened.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, it's a $50 whoopee cushion.
I wonder how much this is because I haven't looked at
I
it.
haven't
It
either.
took me 3 times as long to make those brownies.
Really?
And then I couldn't get it apart because the suction was so strong when she had gone all the way down. Like I was worried I was gonna break it. So maybe brownies are thick though.
They are.
Yeah, so maybe something.
But
It
it
might be
says-
really nice for pancake batter.
I
used
says
it for the
pancake, waffles, brownies, cake mix.
You use it for waffles? I think that would help.
Yeah, because there are 3 different like drip thicknesses. But I had it on the biggest, and I thought it was really.
I had it on the
small.
largest and it was.
Did you
But
like it? I mean, it was okay.
I'm thinking this is a lot harder than just the medium scoop, you know, in the brownie. Seems like it would be less messy though.
That's what I'm
I'm a
thinking.
messy maker.
Well, I was thinking about the mini bug pan that it's a pain to use the soup.
Sure.
I
but
always
it's
make a
going-
huge mess, so that would be the only thing I would use it for.
This
But it's going to
thing-
go over the middle part of the bun pan. You're going to have to wipe that thing off. You're going to have batter all
Well, I
over
don't
it.
know.
it's a thin string.
Oh, you go
and
around.
control it,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So you-
But like you plunge it, you know, like the whipped cream maker. You have to take the plunger out and put the seal on so that when you press it, like stuff doesn't come up through the plunger. You know?
Gotcha.
So that was kind of messy, you know. Got this brownie batter dripping everywhere, trying to put the seal on and put it back together. So,
There's a learning curve.
and it's big. It's big.
It is big. I thought that
So-
would figure it out.
Well,
So is that's the thickest.
Candy's doing her waffles.
See, look how thin that is.
Let Jenny see. Please.
Okay, I see it.
Okay.
But yeah,
And
but
I
if
got
it-
that far and it was such, it was hard and I fit, so I had one hand on my phone anyway doing it. So.
So it would be good for the donut pan.
Oh, donut pan, that definitely. I always have a heck of a time getting stuff in there with the decorator bag and having to,
Especially the apple cider donuts recipe.
yes,
It's really liquidy. So.
yes.
Well, and
It's
you can't
messy.
anything bigger than a sprinkle in that. So like my brownie batter, I had to sift out all the chocolate chips.
Oh, 'cause you had
that was
chocolate.
annoying. But then I was gonna, well, maybe I'll make blueberry muffins. You know, blueberries are too big. Like I had all these recipes, and like, no, the apples are too big. You know, so it's so pancakes and waffles might be my go-to for it. But because anything bigger than a sprinkle will get caught in the.
Well, that even shows how big it is. Then if that's all I can fit.
Anything bigger than a sprinkle.
Which is everything.
If you have a lump in it, you're.
That's what I was thinking. Sometimes
It
my
did
batters are
mix
lumpy.
better than I was expecting. I mean, the brownie, the box, I mean, it filled it to the top, and I was like, oh, I don't know. And it did mix it really well.
Well, it's like anything. We have
It
to
might
get
be
through
good
the
for
learning
kids.
curve
Like I was thinking
ourselves.
kids, this is like, I would promote it maybe to let the kids help them do that. That would be fun for them.
Yeah.
Have a whole thing together and buy one.
Yeah.
I
Is
was
it
shocked at the
$50?
price. It's $50.
I mean,
Is it
it's,
really?
It's a
It's
big thing.
$50.
That's gonna be fun.
It's a $50 whisk.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously,
Yeah.
I mean, you have,
Whisk
but
and
this
I
is the
was-
thing that we have to get our heads wrapped around so that we know how we want to sell. it.
Right.
So, and there's
Especially 'cause I know
gonna,
Aldi had one
we
recently
can
that
be
wasn't
like
good.
that here, but when we're with our
Yeah.
teams, we have to figure out how we're going to work with this. And we're not gonna all love everything,
We
but
don't have to sell it.
we don't have to sell everything. We don't have to keep everything in our homes. We, so.
What was your company?
Rugby, RUGBY, 303.
It was rugby. I couldn't remember.
303, our street number. Okay, so let's do some recognition. So I'm going to start back here at anybody who earned anything. Angie, you've had an awesome January, December. You earned level 1 of your products with 751, so congratulations. I think that's really good. You earned some product. I don't know what they are yet. Do you know what
Yeah,
December? What was December?
Uh,
Okay. Anyhow, and this month so far, $3,264.45. So congratulations. Love it, and it's awesome earning products. And once you promote to director, if you've sold $1,250 3 of the 4 months prior to promoting,
Combo.
or 5,000 in that month, that time frame, you get all the new products from the season before. And that goes on, and then as a director, it's September, October, November, December is the earning period, and then March, April, May, June.
I did what?
You earned the batter mixer.
You just earned that awesome product we were all so excited about, but that's good.
What? I'm okay. I'll have to look at that later and see
Okay,
what
we'll
I
look at it when we
didn't
get to new
anyway.
products this afternoon,
Alright.
so we'll talk about that. But anyhow, and so then at number 6, with $2,228 in sales, a top show of $612.50 and $853 so far for January, we have Andrea Holland. So congratulations, Andrea. At number 5, with $2,490 in December sales, a top show of $1,187, and over $3,000 already for this month is Jenny Ward. Congratulations, Jenny. Okay, at number 4, with $3,006 in sales in December, top show 576 and 3583 so far for this month is Cheryl Stott. Congratulations, Cheryl. At number 3, with $3,904 in December sales, a top show of 796 and 3869 so far for this month. All right, congratulations. At number, I get backwards here, 2, with $5,029 in sales in December, a top show of 819 and 1223 so far for January is Candy Wells. Congratulations, Candy. And at number 1, with $6,574 in December sales, a top show of 1113, 8,623 so far for January. We have Holly Disney, so congratulations, Holly. So for sales, top salesperson gets 5 Pampered Chef dollars. And in the recruiting, in December, with 3 team recruits, Holly gets the top team recruiting $5, and we had no December personal recruit, so I get to keep $5 for next month. But I am going to say that Holly already has 3 personal recruits this month, and she's in Lead Plus again, so she's delighted that she. Oh, that's right. 'cause it's starting next February.
Oh.
Sorry, but you're on a roll. You've
Oh, yeah.
already got stuff
Yeah,
going.
momentous.
Because Holly was concerned that she hadn't had any virtual recruits. She was concerned that she hadn't been show recruiting, and then you got some from it. Tell us about your 3 recruits.
The virtual, I've just been more bold and just like asking, and trying to remember the first one. She participated in a December party, very active, booked a February party. I was able to move her up to January because I had a cancellation, and she just was a host on top of it, and she was on Facebook all the time, and so she hit 650, so they have a lot more free money. So we talked about the KIT credit, and so she signed. She's funny. She's a grandma, but she's working hard to win a pool tournament to go to Vegas. And she teaches at the Reformatory, and
Nice.
but she every training email Pampered Chef sends she has done, and like our phone conversations are 10 minutes long because she does what she's supposed to do, and she already has 8 parties booked. And
Nice.
yeah, then one was a team member that came back, contacted me about coming back. And then the third, on a virtual party, when you do that post, ask me anything, 10 tickets per question or whatever. I don't even remember what the question was, and I answered the question. I said, can I email you some information? And she said yes, and then I followed up the next day, and she signed. So just being more bold and asking. And then one of my December hosts who came to rescue night at Laura's house is signing. February 1st, because she already has a quick cooker, so the January signing bonus doesn't interest her.
Yeah.
But her aunt is the pool lady, the pool lady. So she's signing under her. She didn't know what to do, and I said, well, just ask her if she wants to build a team. And so it won't be one of my two, but
It's the right thing to do.
It's the right thing to do. And she's like, I should have signed in December, shouldn't I? I said, yeah, but can't do anything about it now.
Yeah, and just make the most of everything. So that's
Yeah.
exciting. So, and I love, is that your word for the year, bold?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, I think we've all gone through our one word for the year. I haven't done mine for this year yet, but in the past we've done it. It's a really good book. Your it's called Your One Word, right?
One word.
Just one word.
One word.
Yeah.
One word. And it's have you ever read it, Angie, or seen it? It's a great book because it helps you look at all parts of your life. It's not just your business, but it pulls you into what one word, if you focused it on in all parts of your life, would it make a big change for you? And then you just kind of surround yourself. And a lot of you know Amy Smoyer, and Amy's this year is adventurous. And so she told me my word is adventurous. So not everybody has done it over the last 5 years to pick a new word, but hers is, and wants to do things that are adventurous. She wants to step out and be more adventurous in her business. And if she wants to be more adventurous, she needs to do experiences. She needs more money. So we're loving that part of it. So that helps. But it's a really good book. Well, I'm excited for everybody, and it's good. So Jenny, I know that, did most of you listen to the leader call for December where was it December or January? January. Where Angelique Greer talked about big, hairy, audacious, big, hairy, scary goals. We've got big, hairy, scary. Well, here you can call them whatever you want. But I know that Holly, that Jenny picked a big, hairy, scary goal for herself. And I asked her if she would just kind of recap it for us and help us kind of walk through. So she's going to do the training, and we have a little worksheet for you if you would like. And if you don't want to be writing all over, write on it, don't worry about it. But there you go. But anyhow, Jenny's going to lead our training. Give us 1 minute till everybody's sitting down, Jenny.
Okay.
Hurry with the water. As Mark was complaining last night that it came out too fast, so Shirley had to turn it down. Our kids have, here's Leah. She says, Adam's daughter, Sydney. So, and all of you need to be aware of this. Whooping cough is on the rise. She goes to Worthington School. She had a runny nose. Her mother took her to the doctors, and she tested positive for whooping cough. So everybody that's been exposed to her has to do a Z-Pak.
Oh,
this is my daughter. Mom, I'm really nervous. If your nose starts to run, you go to the doctor right away because you're old. And I worry about you.
Well,
But anyhow, just know it. If you start with a runny nose and then you get a cough, go to the doctors or your kids or anything like that, because it is, who'd have thought that?
Yeah, we got an email from our school that it was, but at the high school it was going on.
Yeah. And people are just not, vaccinations just don't last as long as we thought they did. And it is on the rise. So make sure that you are vaccinated as well as your kids if you do vaccination.
The whooping cough test is not fun. Let's just say that.
What did they have to do?
You feel like you're getting rushed with chlorine up your nose
Oh.
because they put something down your throat.
Oh, because you had it because you have your sinus thing or not?
No, I have a vocal cord disorder, but it took a long time to figure out that's what it was, and so they tested for asthma. They tested for this was like 5 years ago. It was working.
Yeah. But don't let it go either because it's not good to have. And it's not good to share the love either. So, Jenny, it's all you.
Okay, big, hairy, scary goals. So, if you listened to the call, this will be good review, and we'll actually kind of try to break down everything that she talked about with setting and keeping your big, hairy, scary goals. So it was a good call. I mean, she only spoke for about 13 minutes, but I listened to it probably like 4 or 5 times, took screenshots. It was really good. So this was this Angelique Greer, and she's only been in Pampered Chef since 2015. And Stacy, she's under Stacy Itzel somewhere in there. And she was talking about her a little bit before she began to speak. And in 2017, so her first 2 years, she didn't recruit or do anything. It was just all sales. And they said she was, one of those, a consistent top seller, but she really hadn't even thought about recruiting or didn't even want to. But so in April 1st of 2017, she was literally the only person in her organization. Think about that times when she made her big, hairy, scary goal. And by December 1st, 2018, she had 67 people in her organization, which blows my mind. But her big, hairy, scary goal in 2018 was to become a senior director, which she was very, very close to. And then in 2019, her big, hairy, scary goal is executive director. So basically, there's 5 things she said that we need to think about when we do, what'd you call it? What, big hag? Is that what you called it, Candy? Big hag?
Big, scary, audacious goal.
Okay. So I keep getting tongue-tied. Big, hairy, scary goal. So when we're thinking about our big goal, there's 5 things that we want to think about, and then we're going to go down, we're going to break down those 5 things. So number 1, what is our big, hairy, scary goal? Number 2, what do we need to do to achieve it and to keep the goal? Number 3 is we're going to break it down into smaller subtasks. Number 4, we're going to reevaluate and readjust constantly throughout. And number 5, we're going to celebrate achievements. So number 1, we're gonna start breaking this down. We've got a worksheet that Sally gave you. So number 1, we want to think about what is your big, hairy, scary goal. We're gonna take a few minutes to think about this. And what you want to think about is, first of all, what would you achieve if you could not fail? And we're talking generally about 2019, or I even gave myself to next conference is my date. So when you're thinking about your goal, even though maybe most of us would like to be a national executive director, that's not what we're talking about, because is it literally achievable for you in 2019? Probably not. Unless, well, for me it isn't. if think about your goal as if, is it big and will it make you uncomfortable, but is it realistic? So even though, like, again, that we all would like to do that, we're thinking 2019 here, or again, like I said, I gave myself till conference of next year. So is it big? Will it make you feel uncomfortable? You might want to break it down to maybe what you want from Pampered Chef in your first 6 months of 2019 and what you want the second 6 months of 2019. Again, make sure it's realistic. So we'll just take a few minutes, and I know some of you already have one. If you don't, think about it for a few and jot down what your big, hairy, scary goal is. Everybody got something? Okay. All right. Anybody want to share? I'll go first. So my big, hairy, scary goal is senior director by next conference. And that scares the holy hell out of me because, first of all, I was an advanced director and lost it completely last year. So at that point, I almost lost it all. I almost decided I just didn't even want to do Pampered Chef anymore. And once I got my head on straight again, that's really scary for me because again, I've been there, I've failed, but that's okay because we learn from our failures. So that's my big hairy scary goal. What's we'll go around the table and kind of share what yours is.
When you say by next conference, do you mean by conference 2019 or 2020?
No, 2020.
Okay.
Mine's Disney, but I gave myself a deadline of November 1st.
Okay.
I wanna
Level
have-
2?
Sure.
Put a level. Put a
Level
level.
2. Sure.
Level 3. Level 3. You
You
just
just
said
said
you're
you're
hit level 2.
I don't think level 3 is
Realistic.
achievable. Yeah, it's not realistic, I don't think.
Is it uncomfortable?
Oh, it's all uncomfortable. Level 1's uncomfortable because I failed in the past, so. But I'm saying November 1st because that way I
Okay.
buffer and it gives me time to enjoy the win. I don't want to be coming down to the wire.
Okay, shout out, ladies. Everybody has to take a turn.
Well, I had promote to advanced director, and I want to have earned level 1 in Disney by conference this year.
Both
Which
by
shows by
conference?
yes.
Wow.
Okay.
Which is really scary.
So
But
by
I think realistic.
July 1st.
Right, it has to be by July 1st.
It has,
Or by June
it has to be by
1st.
June 1st if you want to walk, if you want to walk as an
Yeah.
advance.
So June.
By
So
June.
by June 1st.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to be recognized on stage, it'll be
Mhm.
June 1st this year. Okay. All right.
I have a lot.
Okay.
Well, I'm in the same boat as Jenny. I've lost my advanced director title last year and I'm about to lose it again. So, but I want senior director. And so that's part of why I was saying I'm happy it's the beginning of the new year so I can start fresh and set some new goals and that kind of thing. But senior director, I want excellence in 3 categories.
Okay.
I want Disney Elite. So yeah, I have a lot of them.
Because they all feed into each other.
They do, which is why I wrote them all down.
Yeah, they all feed into each other.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, every
Yeah.
single one of them. And do you have a time frame for this, Cheryl?
End of the year.
Okay. By January 1st or December 1st?
Or
Or
December, because, well, I mean, I have to. Yeah, December.
by December 1st? Okay.
Excellence would be for
this year.
this year, yeah.
Okay. So by May
May
31st. Okay. And did you know about Excellence Awards?
Sounds vaguely familiar, but no.
Okay. So Excellence Awards is the top achievers in the company. You earn it when you do from June 1st to May 31st. When you have 55,000 in sales, personal sales, or you have 15 qualified recruits in that time frame, or you promote directors, team leaders. There's a point value for each one, so you have so many points for promoting people under you, and then it can be organizational sales. So you have the opportunity for personal recruits and personal sales. So, and it's never too late to get there, for sure. Okay, anybody else who else wants to share?
I have promote 2 personal directors by March 1st. Excellence in recruiting by April 1st. I already have sales. Top Disney level by October 1st. Executive director by December.
You're going so fast. Excellence in recruiting, we know that. Elite by
Yeah, I'm sure.
elite trip,
October 1st.
and then
Executive by December
Okay, awesome. So that's a lot of stuff that you've got on there. But again, it's all stuff that helps feed into each other with that. Okay. Candy or Angie? Are we
Mine's
going to make you come back again?
director by June 1st and Disney level 1.
Okay. And I bet you'll be director way before that.
I'm gonna.
You're almost
Maybe.
there now.
I have 2 really good people who are, chugging right along. So
Right. Angie has 5 people. One is drifting off, but
well,
Maybe.
yeah, 2 or 3 are drifting off. I have 2 people who are on it.
Good.
So.
And 2 out of 5 is an awesome number. I mean, when you have 5
We're
people,
meeting.
five.
We're well over the 5,000 every month. Just the
Get
3
you
of
all
us.
Just getting everybody active. I know that feeling.
yeah. Well, and Angie, the thing is, to get to director, you need the 5 active. Once you get there, you still want more people, but all you need is the 5,000 each month once you hit directorship. You can do it all yourself, or you and one other person can do it. Or you and everybody can do it. I mean, that's the minimum. We don't like to go there. We like
Right,
to, once you're
right.
director, we want you looking for, a 20-show team or a 10-show team to
Right.
move it that way. But once you get there,
Okay.
you want to keep throwing numbers because you don't always want to do it all yourself. And so people come and go, but that does help. Okay, Candy?
To be paid as
You should put that in there.
I should put
advanced
that in there.
director
That's one
every
of my
month.
goals too.
Mhm.
I'd like to be senior, but I want to be able to be paid as a senior. So,
Right, paid as.
and so I need to step up my recruiting and have create a recruiting culture in the
Mhm.
team. And yeah, so I said the first 6 months be paid as every month, and I'm pretty usually a couple months that I was not paid as an advanced director in 2018.
Right. And that's not because Candy didn't have the personal stuff. It all, we all know it starts with the directors moving on up the line. And so that's that's good stuff for all of us. And if you look at mine is Disney by December 1st. I put level 2. And then
I like that accountable, Sally.
and all
You can do
directors
that.
paid at level
We'll write that-
in
we'll have
my
to write
whole
something.
line all year long. So that was my other one that I already had here, but being paid as level, because then everybody's successful. And it's really important for us. And it's not, if we're paying attention to what we need to do, it's and helping. So it's not just us as upper level directors, but we have to reach down and make sure that we're helping the people below us grow and have that happen. Okay. Jenny, you can go ahead.
So next we're gonna just start breaking that down. You number 2, want to think about what do I need to do to achieve and keep this goal. So when I say and keep this goal, for those of us who are looking at promoting, that's what you need to do to keep it and not just make it and then panic for the next 3 months, 6 months, whatever, to keep that. So it's going to vary depending on what your big, hairy, scary goal is. So some examples would be, a strong personal business. Maybe you need to have, 8 shows a month and 2 recruits a month. Strong team culture and activity. Maybe promote and train directors. So let's take another couple of minutes and fill that in for you personally, what you need to do as a whole, some things that need to be done. So don't think small. We're going to do that next. We're going to break that down into subtasks, but think of as a whole what you need to do to achieve what your goal is.
Now I give up on
Oh, you go to awards and recognition, and then you go to excellence, and then you go to track your progress,
Oh.
and then you can pick your.
Isn't it right
Oh,
on,
there's one also on consultants corner here.
on your consultant connection report? Isn't there excellence
It is
there?
up there.
Mhm.
You're gonna got it.
Once you select the one you want, and then it'll give you a rundown of where you're at and how much more. You need. So like if you did the recruits, it'd say these are all the recruits you have. Here's who's qualified. And here's who hasn't, and what their numbers are.
Okay, yeah. That's funny.
Mine's so funny. It says
Everybody good? Got some things wrote down?
yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to start taking that and breaking it down even further into smaller subtasks. So Angelique had suggested breaking your time down into, and I think we've all heard this, 80% personal business, 15% team as a whole, and 5% directors is what her suggestion was, or where she puts her time in. So with seeing the 80-15-5, you then want to break it down into daily and weekly tasks. So your daily tasks are going to belong to your personal business. So this might be your 8 shows, 2 recruits a month, might be running your shows, host coaching, making contacts, customer care, etc. So 80% of your time wants to be in your personal business. Then your weekly tasks will be for your personal team and your directors. So your personal team tasks for that might be training new directors, team training, incentives, accountability, recognition, that type of thing. And then your directors, promoting directors, identifying possible directors, run director-bound trainings, train your directors, and leadership meetings. So one of the things that she does is, and I like this really well, is wait a minute, this might move into the next segment. Hang on here. No, this is good. This is good. We're going to probably just kind of run these next 2 together. So she takes her calendar, and once you come up with those different tasks. Well, wait a minute, Sally, help me out here. Should we start like writing down some of those steps now, and then I'll show like the calendar version? Okay, let's do. I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit.
And then maybe we can help each other with.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good.
All right. Okay. So just like maybe 3 minutes to come up with.
Yeah, that works. That works.
Okay.
So think about like your business tasks, and then what you need to be doing with your team, and then what you need to be doing with your directors, if that's in your goals.
That's true. So, yeah. I'm worried about being on 5,000.
Don't remind me. I'll send you a little worksheet I made that's helped me break in what I need. It'll make it easier for you to figure out how many more parties and stuff like that. I'll try and remember to do it on here because I'll forget what I need.
Keyword stopped responding. So I'm trying to force it to freaking. I dropped it at conference 2 years ago. And it sometimes does.
Yeah, my mouse isn't. The thing won't work. I got water on mine. I had a guy look at it. He's like, sorry. So it's a touch screen. So I literally have to go so far, touch, then I go to work and I'm going, oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
it
yeah.
has been. I'm like, I've got to get a new one, but I hate doing it.
iPad,
No,
computer,
well, laptop, yeah.
laptop. Me too. I have to get one too. Mine keeps shutting down all by itself.
Brand
That's
new
what
gift from my brother. I remember the screen's going black. Brand new.
Is it warranty?
I asked him, but then he told me I had to log into his account, and then he said, "Well, I looked, and it's going to take 10 days." I'm all virtual. I have to
you
have
gotta
my
have it.
computer.
Cheryl, you have to use your phone for that time.
Oh my gosh! Well, I can't
Do
when I
it.
do my
No,
parties.
do it though, because my brand new one that went dead only had a 6-month warranty on it. So you don't waste
Get it
time.
taken care of.
Well, my husband has his laptop, so we'll probably just do his. And I
Yeah.
use my phone and this because I need 1 hour parties, so I have to have both to do it.
Figure out something for those 10 days, because if you wait, then it's way too late. Stuck. Yeah.
Are we ready to?
You guys ready? Okay. So when looking at all of these smaller tasks, one big thing that she said several times is remember to take it one day at a time and focus on the smaller tasks, not on that big, hairy, scary goal, because you're going to stress yourself out. You're going to get overwhelmed. So that's where these smaller tasks really focus on those instead of that big goal every day. So, and you're going to schedule and you're going to plan and you're going to schedule and you're going to plan and you're going to repeat. So one of the things that she does, which I really liked, was she takes her calendar and she breaks it up into, now she has a full-time job on top of this. She's works at the school. She's a teacher. So she has her calendar broke out into 4 different categories, where on mine it's just 3, but let's see if I can kind of get an idea of where she's got, well, what I have is my schedule. So anything that is time related, like the Zoom meeting this morning. And then I have Pampered Chef. This is everything that needs to get done this week with Pampered Chef. And then on the end is home. So she kind of breaks her calendar down and then does a mind dump of everything she needs to do that week. And then just kind of schedules it in. And then she also takes Post-it notes, which I have not started to do this yet. But she takes Post-it notes, and as she's working on her activities, she logs them like into like if she was working on maybe her host packets from 8:40 to 9:15, she writes that down. If she's, on a call from blah to blah, she keeps herself accountable that way, I guess. That way she can look back and see if she was actually getting things done in a timely manner, or they were producing what she wanted them to be producing, and not, she might need to readjust when she's doing some of those activities if she's not getting them done, or when, does that make sense? I know it's kind of, okay.
Do calendar blocks, but on the Post-it note instead of
Yes. So I haven't started doing that yet, but I thought that was a really good idea, because I know I get distracted a lot, and she talked about, if she doesn't do this, she gets distracted a lot. You get on Facebook maybe to post on your group page, and then you get a message from one of your teammates asking this, and it pulls you over here, and I have trouble just staying on task. And all of the things you might be doing are income producing tasks, activities, but because we're being pulled away and doing all of these while we should be just doing this certain what we're working on, it tends to pull us away, and then we get, like I said, I'm very easily distracted, so I know that's a big one for me. So anybody want to share kind of like what, or do we want to help each other out a little bit on some steps that we all should be taking to achieve these goals?
Did anybody have anything they could use help with, that as they were looking, they needed ideas?
The only thing I've written down is I need to be consistent with booking parties. And I wrote down how many, but other than that, I'm gonna fuzz right now. Like I wrote down host coaching, ask every host about the business. And this is under personal, small steps, yeah. 24-hour follow-up with 2 people after a cooking party who stood out. Ask 4 people from every virtual party about hosting or joining. Follow up with booking and recruiting leads every week. Adjust my cooking show schedule to get, or cooking show outline to get more recruits. Continue to be bold and ask people. Continue with weekly phone calls with Elizabeth and Samantha. Continue with my accountability email text each week.
I'm just gonna post what I was talking about on your director wall.
Okay.
Remember that thing we did at the team meeting? I think it would help.
Okay, yeah, put it on the director wall and then you can share it with Angie.
I said I had to stick to my systems. I'm really good at creating a system, and then I slack off. So I need to be.
That's a big one for me too, Andrea.
I'm huge on that. Like I did the 2x2x2s for months, and now I haven't done them in weeks.
Yeah.
And I know that's where I get my bookings from. So.
I do my system of my small book where I write down how many contacts I'm supposed to make that month to reach my personal goal. So I tell my team 40, but for me it's 60 people that I have to ask. So I write that down, and then I have to talk to at least 3 people at every single party. So it's my host, the rock star, and then the curious people. So that's my thing that I need to
do you do yours as a monthly versus the weekly thing?
For recruiting?
Like how many you talk to?
Yeah, I write down that I need to have 60 for the whole month. So it's my goal to have 60 filled out at least for the whole month. And then I break that down into how many people should I be asking at least at every single party. There will always be more than one rock star or one curious person. So I'm going to be asking more than 3 people at each party.
So Laura, looking back to yours, like mine, I need to increase my show schedule, obviously. Exponentially. Reach my goal. 2 a month is not going to do. So mine is to have a party at my house. Reach out to all my past virtual parties, see if they want one. Set aside time where you're going to make calls. You might do the go for no. Go for no. Have you done that recently? Okay, go for no.
You got a worksheet? I printed them out for my team.
Where do you think you're stuck with increasing your shows?
Have you seen this?
I'm just not doing what I should be doing.
Okay.
Contacting people.
Okay.
Like for the first time in a virtual party, probably in months, I finally was following up with messaging people.
Okay.
So like I haven't done that in a couple months.
Would
Did
it
you write
help?
that down? Did you write that down?
No. Go for it. Write it down because I'm going to ask you to do this. I'm going to ask you to send your stuff to your upline so that she can help you with that. And anybody else in my group that has little individual steps, if you will pass it on to me so that if you need a little bit of encouragement, you can have it. Angie will need to know your stuff. So she can help you.
I just posted the worksheet.
Can you post it too?
If that would be okay.
No,
Jenny,
no,
if you
no,
send
no.
your small steps to Holly so she has them too.
If you don't want that, Laura, you can get them back to me.
No,
I printed out
because
my
it's
team and my meeting failed.
So it's a starting point. Like if Holly sends that to me, then we have a call in a couple of weeks. I can say, how's it going? You know, she can let me know what's working. And that's you may be personally accountable to yourself. Personally, I'm not always. Mm-hmm. So it's easier if I have somebody that I can say, this is what I wanted to do, but I haven't been doing this, or this is where it fell down. And we don't really, like Julie Jones she's a trainer, and she said, we don't need to know your excuses for why you didn't do it because that's in your own head. But just say, I just didn't get that done, and then work forward for what you need to do after that. I think we beat ourselves up a lot, and we beat ourselves up with other people. So, you have to be accountable to yourself, but you don't have to spend a whole bunch of your phone call or your follow-up calls or stuff saying why you didn't get it done.
I think that's one of the things I'm working on this year is the comparing part.
Yes.
that I think that really killed my business at the end of last year. So I need to stop comparing myself to other people. So I'm taking a step back from looking at what other people are doing and focusing on my
Yeah.
goals.
And Cheryl, you did an awesome job last year. You were in
Gosh,
Hawaii
yeah,
for
really.
yourself. You've had a lot of,
Awesome.
you've had some personal setbacks. You've done an amazing job.
Thanks.
So, I mean,
I'm
honestly,
impressed always.
yeah,
And disappointed about losing my title again. So
it happens.
And
Something
still
you
not
can't
on
always
progress.
control. That's part
That
you
is
can't
true.
control.
No. And what is it in the Rise to Success, the new director workbook? Their follow-up is not your fault. Right, Andrea? That was
Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Exact.
their
Because I had to
Stacey
read.
just told me the same thing. She's like, you just need to find other people.
Kind of find it again.
You are not in
Yeah.
control of what they do.
Mhm. Andrea had that.
I
as one
did.
of
I
her-
had a huge takeaway from it.
Yeah, I even wrote it down in my notes.
Yeah, but it's something about their failure is not your fault, or something like that.
Something like that.
You find it, you tell me.
I
I feel
will.
like I've been wasting time on people who don't care. Too. And Holly like reminded me last night, just let her go. Laura.
Yeah,
Correct. I just need to let her go and move on because I had a headache
match your effort
constantly.
with their effort. And
So one of the biggest things I took out of last year's director's retreat, and I don't remember which one of you all said it, or if she's even here, but somebody kept saying bless and release, bless and release. And I have tried to do that with a lot of things, not just my business.
I do try it. I'm like, am I actually blessing her if I struggle with it. Like I
You're
say,
blessing
yourself. I need to
Yeah.
bless myself. I feel like I'm not, and then they'll come back and be all upset with me because I didn't help them or whatever.
As long
I
as,
feel like
as
I
long as
have.
you tell them you're there when you need me, then you help them.
I'm gonna do that one this year. It's
if
gonna
you
be my goal.
can't bless and release, just release.
Don't worry about it. Oh my gosh, she has a fountain of excuses.
Sure, there always are.
Well, and those people drag you down
Oh,
too.
she really,
I
I'm really
mean,
having fun
and if
right now. I'm
it's,
talking to her past.
Release, 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 release.
Yeah, I know what it is, but it's basically like their lack of follow through isn't your fault.
Yeah, and it isn't because.
And there are people that they want you to chase them.
Mhm.
They want
Yeah.
you to. What is wrong with those people? But like, there's something about them that they want you.
they're not self-starters. They need somebody to push them.
Well, like I had a girl on my team, like she kept like punching me through her Facebook comments, and it's like she's not going anywhere with this back and forth, you know. And I think she draws her strength or power from. Yeah.
There are people that are like that too, and I don't understand them either.
But I think that's that girl. I'm just kidding. You know what?
Well,
I'll
if
give
she
you
acts
what
like
you
that,
need.
you'd probably be better off with them.
That's what I tell myself. So I'm like, why are you trying to hold on so hard to somebody who doesn't care?
It'll be an addition by subtraction. Just think of all the
Yeah,
time.
moving on to
There you
people
go.
that I want.
One
What-
thing,
I said no to a woman. She got on my last nerve. I couldn't even stand to talk to her. And she kept talking about, and I wouldn't do it because I can't deal with her. I mean, that's sad, but she was constantly Debbie Downer, and I don't need that. Don't want it. I can't. She's blocked on Facebook because I can't look at every day. It's she's one of those that.
I had a lot of those last year. I mean, I've also contributed to my team's culture. I recruited a lot of negative, not self-starter people.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think that helped.
yes. Well, she was on. I can get along with anybody, but she was on my nerves, and I hadn't even signed. No.
well,
Yeah.
sometimes it's our business too. We are a volunteer army as well as they are a volunteer army.
So.
I have kind of a question because it has to go along with Candy's thing too. Is I want every director to be paid as director. So are there small steps that can be taken for us to help? Because if Sue isn't paid as director, you're not paid as director. So that's basically so. To be paid at your level, I mean but to be paid at your level, you need to have Sue paid at your level. So is there anything that we can do as a general large team thing that helps with that? I mean, is there any training? I'm kind of at a loss with this other than reaching down and individually talking to people who are struggling.
The Virginia Beach group, they did a Facebook recruiting event similar to what the Pampered
Right.
Chef webinar does
Mhm.
once a month, but they did another one that was kind of more personal, and they would have a couple people on there, and everybody on the team was supposed to invite a couple people. And I added Laura, and that's what convinced her to sign. And she's one of my, better people. But, sometimes them hearing it from somebody else helps, especially someone a little, more successful, more experienced with the clothes. So if you want to help your people, then maybe doing an online event, having everybody add 2 people, have that as their goal, and to get people to listen, telemarketers, to get people, to listen or get people there, you can do a giveaway, one of the new, that you have like 10 of, or you aren't impressed with,
But you haven't come in the
whatever.
house.
Yeah. Well, I mean, give it away,
Right.
mail it to them, whatever.
Mhm.
And then,
Sure. So you're saying, and this is what I think we all need to think about, is that it really begins with recruiting, because if we want everybody to be paid at level, we need to have more people on our teams.
Yes.
So start at the recruiting level, which is really about the basic part of it.
And I think that's one of the things that I would need more tips and tricks on, because that's why, I'm losing 2 directors, so they're not being paid at level. And that's something that,
Because they're not recruiting.
one did for half the year, the other one.
I hear you. But you are doing lots of virtual parties and you can recruit more. I have a question. Like Holly and I were talking about this too, like virtual recruiting. Do you do, Angie, you're recruiting virtually? What's happening there? What do you think is your main reason? How do you do that?
well, honestly, my first 2 recruits contacted me
Okay.
because they had, saw my and public. I always make all of my virtual shows public, and they randomly show up here and there, and I've gotten quite a few orders and a recruit from that.
I heard somebody else does that. They make them all public.
Yeah,
And people just pop in.
they do. I got an order from one, and I didn't know her. The host didn't know her. She saw it and clicked on the link and ordered.
Mm-hmm.
But so I struggle with that, just like the ask. People have asked me, and
If I stick to my system, it works for virtual, but if I drop off like December.
So what's your system, Cheryl, that can maybe help Angie and me and maybe everybody else?
Well, I did a training on it on Coffee Talk or whatever, so if you want to listen to the whole thing, you can.
Okay.
September. But it's a really simple system. Stacy uses it now with her new recruits. You just take a notebook, and I told you a minute ago, take a notebook. How many people a month do you need to ask to get the recruits that you're looking for? So I've noticed that if you ask 40 people, on average you'll get 1 recruit.
These are your averages.
This is my average, yeah. So I train my team to it as well, but they can update as needed as they start doing it. So, and then I do more math with it, but basically if I do the 60 people a month, I'm going to reach my personal goal of 20 recruits for the year. So I'll just take a notebook, write down the month, number all the columns, 60, and then I have to go in and fill in the hosts' names that I have currently for that month. It's like a checklist. So if I have my, 15 parties, I'll write down all the hosts' names at the beginning of the month, even if I haven't talked to them yet, so that I know I can go back and then as I ask them, I'll put a check mark next to the name so I know that I talked to them already. And then, they're called my HRCs. So my hosts, the rock stars, would be people who are very active. So I always message them. And then the curious people, so the ones who ask more questions on the Q&A posts. So I'll message all of them about it. So maybe it was the curious people. I say, hey, I loved your question, and I'll message them. Hey, I loved your question about the business. And then I'll say, did you have any other questions? Was this something you were interested in? Can I answer any more? Or were you just trying to win the game? I give you
Which is okay.
and with the winky face, so it's lighthearted, and they know I'm not trying
Right.
to like pester them.
Do you
And-
friend everybody, or how do you make sure they see the message?
I'll comment on their comments. They say something, then I'll comment, hey, I just sent you a private message.
Okay.
And then I get permission to friend them. So maybe they'll say, no, I'm not interested, or maybe they'll say, no, not right now, it's not a good time, maybe something in the future, whatever. I'll ask permission and say.
So why do you not friend them?
I find that a lot of times they find it annoying and I scare them away.
I think
And
asking
it ca-
permission is a good idea. I just wondered because I've sent messages and people don't see them.
It frustrates me when people do it to me, or just send me a friend request.
I don't friend request people.
Yeah.
Who don't. We
So-
just do it without asking.
I just ask. I say,
It's like
hey,
no,
that's okay, great. If you have anything in the future, let me know. Can I send you a friend request and add you to my business group? I post recipes, tips, specials, etc. Unless it's no big deal if you don't want to or not. It's no pressure. And they always, I get maybe 1% of them that say no. The rest will say yes, and they'll actually click join on my group if I get permission.
Okay,
So.
because you're doing it right then and they're looking for it and it's happening.
Well, see, I send towards the end of the show, every day I post a video of me with something. And by the end of the show, I send everybody a friend request, and usually at least half friend back. And then I post towards the end of the show, join my VIP group. Here's the link. Over half usually go and join that. And so I do that simply because my Facebook is my business. It's not a personal, I don't vent, I post family stuff, but that is my business. That's my book. You know what I mean?
It is.
And so that's how, I do it. Everybody's different. It's what you're comfortable with. But every time I do that, like some of these people that accept the friend request didn't comment on a single post the entire time. They didn't order. And then later I'll go back and I will ask them to book, and they've done it. And it's because it's like they were waiting on me to ask. But if I hadn't friended them, I wouldn't have circled back to have them as a follow-up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I do it. I ask permission of every single person who says going or maybe. So I private message every single person, but it depends on how they interacted in the party when I message them. So if they said something on a Q&A post about the business, that's what I start off with. If they were really excited about the party, then I'll talk about the business. But if they were like not interested, like they didn't do anything,
Like crickets.
yeah, I'll still message and say, hey, thanks for checking out the party. If you have any questions or anything in the future, let me know. And they'll ask about them hosting a party. And then if they say yes to hosting, that's then my lead into, hey, have you thought about trying the business kind of thing? So I think it just depends. But every person I message, and a lot of times it's the same thing. They'll say yes, I'll add them to my business group. And later on, after they've said no to booking, they'll book a party with me later. So it's the same thing.
Yeah, well, and I do a post that says, hey guys, I'll be sending out a friend request. If you like to follow along with the videos, accept. If not, I won't be heartbroken. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of like not a...
So you're still giving them a warning it's coming.
Yeah, you can join if
Yeah,
you want.
I
If you
mean,
don't, I'm
yeah.
okay with it. I'm not.
Right. And so it doesn't come off as put. And by the end of the party, they feel like they know me because every day I post videos of me, interacting somehow. And so these people, as soon as they friend me, they're commenting on my posts and stuff, and like they know me, even though I don't know them from Adam. So, but like I said, my Facebook is 100% business.
It's you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have a separate business group. It's just your Facebook.
Well, I have a VIP group, and I post as soon as the new products come out, like I give them teasers first, I give them recipes and this, and then I have my business page, And that's where I will put my videos, and I share them from my business page
Right.
to
Your live stream things.
Yeah. So
To your
that-
business page that people can join if they want to, but it's your VIP group is really where you.
well, in case somebody searches Pampered Chef,
Yeah.
that'll come up. That's why I have the business group. But my links are all over it, and I do primarily everything from my personal page.
Okay.
That's how they train you at the Virginia Beach group to do it.
When you say from your personal page, it's from your personal Facebook, not a page.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
When you say page, I think of my VIP, my business
Oh
page.
yeah, no, not my group. Yeah.
Okay, because I have a page
Okay.
because that's what I started with, but it's like wimpy. Okay, so ideas, everybody pretty okay here? Jenny?
Where are we at? Okay, so number 4, regularly reevaluate your progress. So, those Post-its that she talked about doing, that could help if you log in your activities. So it determines if your actions are working and producing results, and then you can change them if they're not. And adjusting your timeline and calendar as needed. So I think Sally's got wrote down here, what are my timelines? When will I reevaluate? I think some of you already, had some timelines wrote down when you wanted to achieve what. I think you need to take a little time on your own to figure those out. And when will I reevaluate is, I don't know, what do you guys think on a weekly, on a monthly basis? Maybe look at what you're doing and see what you need to change, what you need to keep doing. I don't know. What do you guys think on that? Maybe on a monthly?
Timelines is something we can take on our own, right?
Yeah. And then when your timeline is over, you celebrate your accomplishments. So even if you don't reach your big, hairy, scary goal, there's still a good chance that, you're going to have accomplished a lot along the way if you were reaching for that. So for example, on Angelique's, her 2018 goal was to become a senior director. And she said she was really, really close. She didn't quite make it at the end of 2018, but along the way, she earned excellence in recruiting and in sales. She earned Hawaii Elite. She earned just Hawaii by conference, but she earned Elite by the end of the year. She promoted to advanced director by conference. So she accomplished a lot along the way, even though she didn't reach that big, hairy, scary goal. But the one thing she did say is you don't want to sit there too long comfortably, because even though, you made all those things, and even if you made your big, hairy, scary goal, you don't want to then just kind of drop it and just kind of float along. You want to keep going for it. Don't stop, etc. So that's all I've got.
Thanks, Jenny.
You're welcome.
Anybody have any ways that they think they'll celebrate along the way? Like maybe if you are on track for Disney each month, is there something you would do? Or if you're halfway there, is there something you would like to, just celebrate yourself with? What do you like? What's a fun thing to celebrate? Fun way.
Like I put when I have a personal team member promotion, even if it's just team leader, to go to the spa.
Nice.
Trying to think of what I can do to celebrate for each signed recruit. Because usually it's like checking off a box or filling in the tracker, but that's not, need something more exciting, personal.
What's fun? What do you like to do for yourself or for as a family or
Sleep.
sleep, take a nap?
So true. Yeah, I don't know.
Would you treat yourself every time you had a recruit to the spa, or would you put a certain amount of money
That's
in
a good
for
idea.
everyone so that
Spa fun.
a spa fund that
There
would
you
be
go.
fun?
There you go.
I don't know how much your spa is, but
$68.
there you go.
What?
She knows exactly.
Dermaplaning.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Do you like a massage?
They're okay.
Yeah, that's how I am too. My daughter loves a massage.
I like them, but I don't do them. I don't.
I'm so
That's why I should do for mine.
I was there for a while.
Okay. All right. Who else likes what way? Jenny, do you have a way that you like to celebrate? Or something you could treat yourself to when you are moving along with your goals?
I don't know. I treat myself regularly. I'm not shy about treating myself. So there's absolutely nothing that comes to my mind. I mean, as far as treating myself, once I make my big goal, then I can look bigger. But regular treats, I don't know. I guess just when I hit those little tiny things, I feel good myself enough that's enough to keep me going. I think accomplishments for me is I don't know what I want to say. It's enough of a treat on its own. Sometimes I feel like I can't get anything done. So when I get myself organized and I'm actually following what I'm doing and I get those little things done, that's almost just enough on its own to keep me going.
Because along the way, you're going to be promoting at least 3 personal directors and 1 downline director. So
right.
You might be thinking about something that would be celebratory for yourself at those, and also as a you and your new director, or you and. So that may be, that may be a driving force for you, and maybe something for your new directors too, to think about something that would be fun when you accomplish it as together.
Okay.
I know for like my big goal, it's always been I'm gonna hire a cleaning lady.
Love that.
That's just has always been something Marna Ross said at a training. Cleaning your house is a waste of time.
It is a waste of your time.
So that's what I'm gonna do.
I saw a quote the other day that says there's the whole thing, we are dust, and to dust we shall return. So I don't dust because I don't know who it is I'm sweeping up. I was like, I kind of like that.
I just saw a commercial for house cleaners. I think it's care.com or something. Stop cleaning your house and spend time with me. It was like a daughter, like a young girl. She's like, you're missing time with me right now because you're cleaning. Oh, that's a good commercial. Yeah, it was really cute.
Yeah, that's a good
You
commercial.
can have somebody clean your house for $100. And when you think about $25 a week to put away,
That's just my.
yeah. So that's your thing. You can't hire somebody till then. Okay.
So my reward was girl time
Girl time.
because I don't have that.
Oh yeah, she's in a house full of boys.
I'm a house full of boys, and even when I'm not, it's just me. And then
Who's your girl?
I don't know. It could be my sister. It could be my friend Patty. I mean,
Okay.
it's just lunch or go shopping or something.
Sweet.
Girl time.
Anybody else have a fun thing they like to do? I don't have fun right now. Holly, we need to work on this.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like,
Yeah.
We need to everybody needs to take some time for themselves too. So
I think my struggle with it, so much as I have always been one of these people that doesn't spend money on herself, and all the rewards seem to involve spending money on me, and I don't follow through with them. It's even true of my weight loss goals. I have goals, I have rewards. I haven't given myself a single one of them.
okay, so maybe you don't need them.
I don't know. The next one I really want to get some new shoes.
Some people's goals are fear oriented, not reward oriented. Like they're motivated by fear and not.
That's an idea.
I don't want to
Like,
fail.
I
Like,
don't
you
want to
don't go back to work.
don't want to go back to work. You don't want to let somebody down. They're all. It's not bad to have fear motivated.
I haven't thought about
That's definitely me in my business at this current point in time. With my husband out of work,
that. Yeah.
I'm the only one paying bills. No insurance. I mean, all that kind of stuff. So, and I don't want to get a second job.
Yeah.
I've worked for myself for 6 years. I don't want to go back to work for somebody
It's
else.
the beginning of the end. Sort of. I mean,
Yeah,
once you
it's that
get
fear
involved
of-
in that,
yeah.
it's use. Okay. Jenny, I think you did a really good job
Thank you, Jenny.
Thank you,
Thank
Jenny.
You're welcome.
Are you staying? You've seen Holly's.
Yeah, she's
Okay, so we're gonna hop off and we're gonna do the pressure cooker stuff. So
I'm gonna go have lunch and take a nap before.
okay, have a
Like-
great show. Have a great show.
All right, thanks. See you guys later.
Hey, Jenny. Thanks.
Bye.
Okay, we're gonna stop here.
I tried to get one yesterday.
I did, yeah. I got
All
one
three,
yesterday.
husband, 2 kids took naps, and I was working, so I didn't get any work.